Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady and welcome to a new series of videos. This one is tried and tested other creators' patterns. So come on, let's go and see what pattern I chose from the box under the table that I've already made. Okay, so as my opening titles stated, it's a pattern from the box under the table. Now the box under the table has quite a lot, if not all, of the patterns that I've previously made using other creators' videos, tutorial videos, and of course their written patterns. Now, or even something out of a book or a magazine. My theory behind this is that by me showing you all these different items, it may be ones that you hadn't seen me show on YouTube already, or it may be ones that you hadn't even spotted yourself. So it's a nice way of introducing you to some patterns that I know I've tried and tested, and that I can honestly tell you whether I like it or whether I don't. And also I will tell you of any differences between the original pattern and item and the item that I have made. Okay, so time for me to go under the table and pull out the first item. See you in a half hour. No, I'm only playing. Editing's brilliant, isn't it? Okay, so today's patterns are all going to be shawls. That's all right. Got a few of them, and just a few, she says. Right, so the very first one up is a crochet floral lace and a granny square shawl. It's part one, it's a part works, okay, and it's beginner friendly, which it definitely was, and it's by our gorgeous Courtney over at Fibre Fox Studios. So here is mine. It's a very bright colours. I remember using a cake for this one, but I can't remember what the cake was. I just know it was bright and gory. I'm gonna state that bright and gory, but the pattern itself is absolutely beautiful, and it's a really well written, and of course a really well explained by our gorgeous Courtney, and she even adds a really cute border idea to it as well. And as you can see, I liked it that much I didn't finish sewing in my ends, and I think I must have promised that on a Whips Bits and video at least 3 or 4 times over. But yeah, that one there is the crochet floral lace and granny shawl by our gorgeous Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios. On to the next one. Now time for the next pattern. Now the yarn I used on this one was actually from a mystery bag that I purchased over in Australia. So all I can tell you is it's a guesstimate at a 3-weight yarn. Can't tell you anything more than that, apart from it's really soft, and I really want to know what it was. Came in a donut. Donut. But anyway, the next shawl is another Fibre Fox Studios. This is her granny and lace triangular shawl, not to get it confused with the one before, because it is different. Okay, it is another part work. Okay, and here it is. I'm hoping you can see the pattern there. I'm going to look through the holes. Yeah, you can see that. Right, now I found this one really lovely. It was challenging, but it kept me entertained. Okay, it didn't bore me at all, because as soon as I was starting to get wound up with the more decorative area of the shawl, we had some granny stitches. So it meant that I could calm down, and then by the time I got to the end of the section for the granny stitches, and of course I was getting bored, it was a time to add in the decorative section again. Now this has got quite a standard border on it. Now I'm unsure, without going back and checking the whole series, whether Courtney had actually put a border throughout her entire pattern, but for me, I have run a single crochet border all of the way around. Just a very simple, just a single crochet, and just because I know what I'm like and I'm liable to catch it, so at least this way there's a bit more stability on those last rows, like the top and the bottoms. So, and that is that one there, which is the Granny and Lace Triangle Shawl. Okay, I think that was done on a 3.5mm hook, because the stitches do look quite small, so I'm guessing it's the 3.5. And to be honest, this is a point in time where I was pulling my yarn far too tightly and wasn't using my hook as appropriately as I should have been. Now for the next pattern, and this one is the Gypsy Queen Shawl. Now I had a lot of issues with this pattern. This is the reason on why I went through a phase of not liking mint green anymore. The yarn I used was Audi DK in the colourway Mint from 3 odd years ago. Okay, so about 3 years ago, and I'd purchased 4 balls and ran out. So then I went to purchase some more when it came back in again, which I was quite shocked about, but it came back in again. And when the yarn came through, it was completely a different colour. It was the difference between, say, that shade there and that shade there. Okay, there was a massive difference. So there was a whole drama about me trying to get some more green to finish this off. And then there was some more drama about the fact I bought 12 balls of this mint green that clearly wasn't, that was clearly more of a mint green than this one, because this one is more of a blue side of the green spectrum. Right, so my Gypsy shawl finished at 10 rows and hasn't got the same style border as them, because they have a, what's it called, a laced, not a lace, a boho style trim to it. But here we go. Now I loved this one, and when I put it up on Dory, the way I styled it made it look like it was a dress, and you guys were thinking it was a dress, but it wasn't. So let me bring this one up. Now this one is worked as motifs, and you make each individual motif, so yes, there's a lot of ends to sew in. You make motif and then you join the next one to the previous, and you keep working up the rows. The videos come in a set of, I think it's 4 in the set, and they go through absolutely every step you need, and it is explained so beautifully that even this donut can understand it. So here we go. Here is the Gypsy shawl. As I said, it is massive. This is a triangular shawl, and this is 3 motifs shorter than what it should have been. If I'd have had enough yarn and I'd added the tails, this would have fitted my 5/8 large round frame a lot better, and I could have hidden under it when I was out and about. Okay, now it also has a really pretty border section to it here. Now this is designed then for you to then work on with the tassel section, or the fringe section I should say. But of course I had to leave that off because I didn't have any more of this green, and I was tempted to play with a white or an off-white, but it just didn't work for me. And when I started it, I wanted it all to match. I'd had enough of mismatch items, as you will see later on. So yeah, that is how it has ended. But the pattern itself, as I said, is absolutely lovely, and if I was crazy enough and I had enough yarn, yes, I would possibly make this one again, but I'd really have to be crazy because of all the ends you need to sew in. Oops, I forgot to give you the extra details. I believe I used a 3.5mm hook, or the 4, because my 4 is my favourite, and it is a DK weight yarn. Right, so the next pattern up is the virus shawl, and the tutorial I used was fibre spiders. Now the yarn I purchased over in Australia a couple of visits ago, and it is the Lion brand yarns, and it's the landscapes. Now this is a different colourway. I cannot remember what the colourway was but what I do know is I made 2 of these. One I think was in this colourway, and this other one is in a very bright gory colourway. So there we go. Again, that is the virus shawl tutorial. The hook size on this, I think I did one that was in a 4mm, and I really did struggle with that one, and I think this one I actually did in a 5 or a 6mm, but it was made quite a while ago so I can't quite remember, but there you go. So, and nice and bright. Now the other one, I did actually manage to sell the other one to my next door neighbour well, to her sister, to give to her as a birthday present, because she was like, everything's closed up and I can't get a present. And I said, does she like crochet? She said, well, sort of. I said, does she wear shawls? She went, yeah. I said, come and have a look. I've got these. And I laid out a load of shawls, and she chose the one she liked, which happened to be this pattern. But right, so those are the patterns for today. I really hope you've enjoyed looking back at these, and please remember that all of the patterns will be in the I button linked in the description box down below, and I also have a playlist that's called Tried and Tested Patterns, which is where those and other videos that I will be mentioning throughout this series will be on. Right, that is it for me for today. I will see you all really soon, so please remember, stay chilled, stay happy, and keep crafting. Goodbye everybody.